Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, how do I get out of this place? I think I've stuffed it again. I have to tell you, hey, welcome everybody, lovely to see all of you. I just spent the last 2 hours staring into and deep within Parent Dome. Long time, my friend. Welcome back. Awesome to see you. Awesome to see everybody. What is going on? How are we at 509 followers? How is this happening? This is phenomenal. Our book was released and just everything is just like, you know, like a cataclysmic, precipitous descent into the chaos of some sort of weird, obscure fame. 4 a.m. Hey, Gab. Hello, Mr. Looping. My friends, if you do not ever look through advanced telescopes... Hello, James the One. All of my friends are here. If you do not look into advanced telescopes once in your life, you do not know what it means to have a glimpse of paradise. They do not tell you the abyss of the real world. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. What astronomers don't tell you is looking through a telescope is like getting a mini hologram into a little sphere that is dancing before you as if you were in a dark cinema, glimpsing this amazing holographic representation of what you see in the clouds. It's 3D. It is just unbelievably, amazingly, fantastically humbling and beautiful in a way I never thought was ever possible. I never thought it was possible. We see them on computer screens, on wide screens in space. It is nothing like seeing it in a telescope. When I saw the sun today in a telescope, it looked like a little glowing orb of flame that was spitting out. It was moving, right? And it's spitting out flames. And then I looked at the moon. The earth is flat. The fractal of life. Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's going to be just way too dome for our people to even understand how to get their mind blown. But then we saw the moon, right? And the moon looked like a little ball of cheese. And then tonight, my friends, tonight, I now know where Saturn is. In the southern hemisphere, to Lupa. Look up at the moon. And then from the moon, look up at the 3 stars above it. And the middle one sticks out a bit to the right. And then you go to 1 o'clock and the bright star is Saturn. And I was able to lock in on it. Took me 30 minutes. Are enhanced. Yeah, they didn't come out very well in the phone, unfortunately, but they were live. I now have been mindfucked. Yes, your mind is no longer a virgin, my friend. And then we zoomed in on Saturn. Blocked Lives Matter. Blocked Lives Matter. That is hilarious. That is too good. Anyway, you know, they talk about going after conservatives. They're going to come after us liberals next, the ones who care about free speech. We're next. Look at James Damore. They went after the libertarians. They're going to come after us. But I tell you, it is one thing you've got to see. You have got to see one day, get a telescope from someone and look at Saturn and look at that little glowing ball with the rings. And then we looked at this cluster called the Open Cluster near Zeta Scorpius. And I tell you what, it was something to behold. The Rev 12 occurs. You never know, my friends, you never know. Yeah, the Hemi. And to see the cluster, right? There was 120 stars, and each one of those stars made our sun look like a pebble, right? They're that massive, and they're blue. They're so bright, they're so powerful, they only last like 0.01% of the life of the sun because they're so massive and they burn so bright. And the stars that I was looking at, they look like you could touch them like a little group of jewelry. That could be taken in the wrong way, right? And they're glimmering and blinking and they're so alive. And the light that is reaching my eyes looking at that hologram, right, existed just when humans started to learn how to write 6,500 years ago. And that light was just reaching me now as we were looking at it. Are you serious? Are you serious? It is something I've never seen before. It was alive. It's like getting a hologram. And I think that's in the future, that's what's going to happen. But if any, scientists are the worst at telling stories. So I feel like I'm obligated to tell you guys. And to see that group of 120 stars miniaturized, just hovering in front of me. Oh, I got to touch them. Hey, from Adelaide. Hey, hey, hey. Awesome. So you know what it's like. Right now, my dear, get out of your house. Look at the moon. Go upwards. You'll see the 3 stars that are shaped like a, what do you call it? Like they're not exactly in line. And then look at 1 o'clock. Always traveled at the same rate? That is an awesome question. There is a hypothesis that says that light has not always traveled at the same rate. You're using something like that Hubble or what? Yeah, they're like miniature Hubbles basically. You're looking back in time, yeah. And what's beautiful about it, yeah, look, if light has not traveled at the same rate, then it means that the universe is maybe either older or younger than it might look. Which, you know, you don't know. There's a hypothesis, it's not yet complete, that people talk about, where that could easily be the case, and how do you measure that, which is interesting. Yeah, so I'm telling you, looking at, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave now because I'm going to go home and start working on my assignment and all that stuff. But to see the holograph glistening, knowing that that's the real light from back in time. Light travels faster than sound science. Well, light travels at the speed of causality itself. If you know, light itself does not experience time, it travels in an instant. Adhere to the laws of thermodynamics. Yeah, as far as I know thus far, it's not polite to ask the universe her age. That is too good. Anyway, I'm glad I shared that with you guys. All the best. You have a beautiful evening. And I'm going to go home and say hello to Pompous and let him make fun of me for a bit before I go get some sleep. I've been reading the theses. Ah, excellent. I look forward to your feedback, my friend. Jonathan Suskos on Genius. It suit you. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. Small world, my friends. Well, it is time for me to go back to my hotel. And I've gone the wrong way. Light experiences entropy then. Yeah, well, as the universe expands, light itself shifts because space itself increases, which is very interesting because now we don't live in a radiation-dominated universe, so the constants in the Einstein field equations have shifted, which is very interesting. We now have to multiply by a 4th dimension because, yeah, anyway, I won't get into that in this scope. That's more for Gabversity. It was just phenomenal. Phenomenal. By the way, on Gabversity, we learned today that the sun does not rotate at the same speed at all parts of the sun. So the middle of the sun, the equator, rotates faster than the edges. If Earth was like that, then Mexico would be overlapping Canada every couple of months. Pro-West and Free Speech Liberal Alliance. Absolutely. That'll be a new shirt on the store. All right, guys. Love yous all. Hang up now. Laddie doesn't hang up.